Welcome back, folks, and how are we doing? Before we jump into things, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Do that like, comment, and subscribe thing for me, and make sure you ring that bell if you want to be notified when new videos go live. Also, in the description down below is a link to my Twitter account. Come and have a chat with me there sometime. Love to interact with you guys who actually watch my videos outside of the YouTube scene as well, so make sure you go and drop a follow over there and pop up and say hi. But as you can see, guys, since you last joined us for our fourth round Carabao Cup tie against Burnley that we won on penalties. That was a great video. If you haven't watched that, make sure you go back and watch that last video. We have had three awesome results. Like, we are flying at the moment. We had a 3-2 win against Leicester that was relatively comfortable. We went 1-0 down, then 2-1 up, then 3-1 up, and then in the 71st minute, Soyuncu got himself a goal back. So within 20 minutes, we were 3-1 up. So it was almost guaranteed from the off. Little bit of a squeaky bum time in the second half. 1-0 win against Bournemouth. 31-minute goal from La Quintana. He's been relatively consistent for us recently. He scored against Leicester. He scored against Bournemouth. And he also scored against West Ham. So he scored one in the last 3 games, La Quintana. And we beat West Ham 3-2. That, again, was a bit squeaky bum time. Where they pulled a goal back in stoppage time to make it 3-2, and there was a last-minute highlight as well. So I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna draw this. But you join us now for our only game in November, game against Chelsea. Now I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep leaving games that we're likely to lose for the videos, and I'm not a fan of that. But it's a game against Chelsea. It's a big game, so let's see how we get on after that. We've been in decent form this whole time, so. Are we favourites? We are favourites, apparently. That's interesting, because home advantage in the form that we've been in. They're currently 4th in the Premier League. We're 5th in the Premier League, which is insane. After 12 games, that's like almost a third of the season gone. And we're 5th. 23 points, more than halfway towards safety, 13 points away from the relegation zone. We're doing much better than they expected us to be doing, for sure. And a lot of it is down to this guy, DeMarco. He has been an assist machine, and considering we signed him for free and he's worth 33.5 mil now and only on 55 grand a week. Now, granted, as a small team in the Premier League, 55 grand a week is a lot of money, but he's been absolutely killing it for us, and he's as good as he's ever going to be. But right now for us, he's incredible. He's playing for Italy at the moment. He's getting called up for the national team, but he's obviously not made a start yet. But he has been called up multiple times. But yeah, let's get into this press conference and get into the game and see if we can keep this good run going against the people directly ahead of us in the league. I try to focus more on my team. Not at all. I just don't see any value in giving away tactical things. How important of Pulisic? He's a quality player and he's shown as much. Will I have? It'll be touch and go. Planning any changes to counter the suggestion that Chelsea have you well scouted? I have a number of plans to choose from to keep things interesting. What are my feelings about Sarri's situation? Not my place to comment. Right, now let's leave that press conference and let's have a look at our lineup. So at the moment, Armstrong, La Quintana, Dak, and Wind make up our attacking force with Evander and Rudy just behind them. DeMarco, Adrelson, Kabak, and Niambe at the back with Montero in goal. You know him, you love him. The only difference here is instead of Armstrong, we would normally have Tales Magno, but he is currently injured. Back in training in 3 days. Our game is tomorrow. He's not going to be available. So this is the lineup that we're going with. Tell them that it'll be touch and go. And Ben Brereton Diaz as well. Recently got his first cap for Chile. He is still currently injured as well, so we can't be bringing him on. Pulisic liked what I said. Hopefully that's going to stick in his mind. So if I try and sign him in the future, we'll just get him. Although I think if I'm going to be signing an American, I'm going to be targeting Gio Reyna. I think Gio Reyna is going to be a better shout for us as like a Bradley Dack replacement. So we're going to have to think about making that signing soon. So we might actually try next summer, but I don't know if we'll have the money to. But we'll see. If we end in a European place, we'll almost certainly have the money to. And the way things are going so far, it looks like that's more possible than I thought. Which would be nice, eh? Getting a European place in our second season in the Premier League. We don't really need a left back, but this guy looks pretty decent, but he's 28. plays for Liverpool. Not interested. They're all pretty expensive. This Danilo Matsala guy isn't that great. He plays for how do you pronounce that? Garimo. Ronnie here playing for Palmeiras. He looks decent, but again, we've got Teles Magno. We don't need to pull him in. And then Thiago Almelda. He's only 21. Just a standard attacking midfielder. This guy might be the one, you know, to begin with. So, yeah, we'll move him to our shortlist transfer targets indefinitely. I think he's going to be one of our main targets, Thiago Almelda. What's my current transfer budget like? 660k. Yeah, we're not going to get that. So let's crack on, shall we, and get ourselves into this game against Chelsea, which I'm a little bit nervous about. I think we might get rolled here a little bit after usually when we have a little period of good form, we end up getting a humbling, a complete and utter humbling. I don't know why it's given us so many continues to advance a day, though. Arsenal's 40-game unbeaten home run. That's insane. Arsenal might be winning the league this season. Let's just set everyone available for 45 minutes. Go and do what you need to do. Come on, get us into the game. I'm not even sure what time our kickoff is. Boom. Here we go. And we are game right now. Yeah. Adrelson can ease off tackles, and we will lower the line of engagement a little bit. Straight into the team selection. We've already been through it. We know what's going on. And let's submit the team and get cracking. Nobody's worried about anything at the moment. Except for me, I guess. They're playing Kepa, Reece James, Zuma, Ampadu, Chilwell, Kante, Mount, Havertz, Zaniolo, Pulisic, and Werner. Their team is head and shoulders above ours. Head and shoulders. So this is going to be interesting. So let's tell them that we owe him. Get people motivated that way. How do I intend to stop him? Yep, that'll do. Can DeMarco take his good recent form into this match? I hope so. We're at Ewood Park. Let's see how this goes for us. As Chelsea, in their light blue grey kit, they make the start here. And Havertz finds Pulisic, who tries to go around Niambe, but Niambe covers well. And that is a fantastic sliding block there that came back off Pulisic and means Montero gets to take a goal kick for us. And now Niambe with a throw here, attacking throw for Blackburn, headed clear by Havertz, but Rudy's going to pick up that loose ball. And the playmaker ends up going back into defence to Kabak. It's back with Rudy again. He finds La Quintana, who tries to go round. Is that Chilwell? It is Chilwell. He plays it in, but Zuma is there to clear it, but only as far as Rudy again. And his pass was a bad one. Nearly sold Kabak short there, and Werner nearly got in, but Kabak did a good job to keep hold of that. And now Niambe is charging down the right again, looking for that delivery past Chilwell. Ends up playing it back to Rudy, and Rudy finds Bradley Dack, and it is tipped wide, but not round the post by Kepa, and then it ends up getting cleared and comes to nothing. And Chelsea have a corner now that Mount is going to deliver. Headed clear by Kabak. Lovely. And Zaniolo picks up that loose ball. Bradley Dack wasn't fast enough to beat him to it. And he's going to try and make some progress down the right-hand side for Chelsea. It's cleared out, but only as far as James, who feeds Mount. And Montero makes a wonder save to tip that round the post for a corner. Again, Mason Mount looking to deliver this. And Ozan Kabak is there to meet it again, but Ethan Ampadu is there to pick it up this time. Comes back centrally, and the play ends up coming to nothing. Holding themselves well so far, Blackburn, this start of this game. As Chilwell takes a throw here. Pulisic finds Havertz. It goes to Zaniolo, and Montero can't claim it. We're going to encourage the boys a little bit here. It's Chilwell with a throw. Finds Pulisic. Pulisic storming down this left-hand side, but he's well tracked by Dack. But he ends up finding Havertz, tries to deliver, but it's cleared out, and it's going to go all the way back to Ampadu. And looking for breaking us down with short passes forwards. It gets played into Werner, and Montero again with another fantastic save. Tipped behind, and it's another corner for Chelsea. Again, Mason Mount going to look to deliver this one. And Ampadu got there, but it's cleared off the line by Niambe, and Montero can claim. Fantastic defensive work by Blackburn Rovers right now. 25 minutes gone. Oof. Do we go attacking? We go attacking. That's my plan now. As Nyambe with a throw here finds Bradley Dack. Bradley Dack turns, trying to beat Chilwell here. Ends up playing it inside to Wind, but Wind is dispossessed and it's back with DeMarco. Finds Evander and now Armstrong looking to break into the area. His pass is deflected by James, but he picks it back up again. Managed to find Evander on the edge of the area. Evander finds DeMarco, who turns, plays it in towards Bradley Dack. Back to Jonas Wind, and Jonas Wind puts Blackburn 1-0 ahead. We may be the favourites for the bookies, but there's not a chance we're favourites with the lineups that we've got. And we may be going in at half-time 1-0 up. This is a fantastic start for Rovers, and a goal that's come kind of against the run of play here as DeMarco feeds it to Dack. Dack with a fancy backheel to Jonas Wind, and Jonas Wind's got one of the easiest goals he'll ever score. Kepa should have done better there, for sure. As we've got Chilwell about to take a throw for Chelsea here, finding Havertz, and it's back with Chilwell again. He's marshalled by Bradley Dack, but Pulisic, Havertz, and Chilwell combining well before bringing Kante into play. And Ampadu with a long ball forward, but DeMarco is there for it. But James beats Armstrong in the air, and now Zaniolo can start trying to build something here as Havertz plays a lovely through ball to Werner, who I'm sure was offside. Yeah, he was. Just a late flag from the assistant there. I do not know how with this win. There we go. Yeah, we move up into a Champions League spot with these 3 points, ladies and gents. Chelsea are 4th. We're 5th. That's switched now. Now let's get ourselves into the dressing room. Tell them the media have given them a lot of credit, so their heads stay big. And we kind of need to take off Adam Armstrong, which means Jack Vale. Jack Vale or Valkyrie. It's going to be Jack Vale. Jack Vale on for Adam Armstrong. And let's get this started, because Armstrong was doing poor for us as Evander now. Back into the defence. Kabak and Adrelson playing it between them. Bringing Rudy in every now and then. But from kickoff comes to nothing. And now Chilwell with another throw. Trying to feed Pulisic, but Rudy's there to cover. Finds a ball forward to La Quintana, who tries to play in Wind. Wind jumps and wins the ball, but it gets to Kepa, and Kepa can claim comfortably. Lovely ball forward from Kepa there to Werner, who plays it back to Havertz, and now Pulisic has a chance to advance. He skips past Nyambe, but again, well marshalled here. But it's with Chilwell, who swings one in, and Evander gets back to head that out. But it ends up with Pulisic on the edge of the area, and his shot is not a good one, but Werner was offside anyway, so it's going to be a Blackburn free kick. And we might drop back to cautious in just a second. Yeah, we'll press Pulisic all the time. I hope we don't concede here. Like this is an insane scoreline for us, keeping the run that we're on at the moment going. The fact that we're ahead against Chelsea with the quality of their team is incredible, as Reece James now misplaces his pass to Jack Vale there, and there's a lovely ball forward to Wind, and now Evander, surrounded by Chelsea shirts, tried to feed Wind, but Zuma was well positioned to deal with that. And now Kepa clears long, looking for Werner, but Kabak beats him in the air. But it ends up coming back anyway, and now Zaniolo feeds Mount in the centre, and Pulisic now has space to move into the area. Cuts it back for Zaniolo, but there was a great block, and then Nyambe plays it dangerously back to Montero. But we have a throw here now that DeMarco is going to take to Vale. It's back with DeMarco again. DeMarco tried to feed it forward for the run of Vale, but it was a weak one. But now Evander tried to curl one, but he's wide. Not a bad effort, but just not good enough from the Brazilian there. 70 minutes in. We're going to have to start turtling in a second, but Nyambe dispossesses fantastically there. But that long ball forward on the left is to nobody, and Reece James is going to pick that up. He's forced to switch it into the middle for Ampadu, who plays the long ball forward again, looking for Werner, he finds Werner, but there's no one ahead of him for the nod on. And DeMarco can start the move to bring that out. It's Ozan Kabak now to Rudy. Rudy all the way back to Montero. And then Montero goes long towards Vale. But Reece James is there to intercept and start a move for Chelsea. This is a long highlight as Reece James plays in Werner, who must be onside there because Kabak was quite close. And yep, equalises. We're staying in our attacking formation. We don't want to lose any more goals here, so we're going to have a little look tactically to see what we can do here. So let's see who's playing well, who's not playing so well. Like Bradley Dack's still playing decent. Evander and Rudy. So Evander's not playing well at all. So we're actually going to bring on Valkyrie for Evander. It's definitely a downgrade. And do we bring on Harper? No, Rudy's playing all right. Our defense is doing relatively well. But La Quintana, not so well. But we don't have anyone that we can bring on for him. That's a shame, isn't it? We're just going to have to trust him. We are going to go... where are we? In possession. Up our tempo a little bit. Go a little bit more direct. And see if that helps us. We've got 20 minutes of the game left to go. Well, 15. Simjanovic is coming on for a Drelson. Let's get Timo Werner man-marked. Dropping this down to a draw is a pain because it means United have jumped ahead of us. We're in 6th, still in a European place, which is good. And a draw against Chelsea is nothing to be sniffed at. Like, nothing to be sniffed at all as Montero finds Kabak. Kabak out to Niambe. Niambe quickly getting surrounded, but finds La Quintana. La Quintana cutting inside, doing well going past 2 people and finding Niambe again out here on the right. Ball's back towards Rudy, but Tammy Abraham manages to dispossess him. And now Tammy Abraham has a charge on the defence here. And he seems to be beating Kabak for pace, but Kabak gets back and makes the block anyway. And now La Quintana again trying to move forward here. Very well marshalled, but he's skipping past his defenders here. Slides in, dispossesses him. And Ndika now trying to save the situation. Tamori switches it all the way across to James. The referee blew for full time and 1-1 against Chelsea. Not a bad result if I say so myself. Maybe we should have gone defensive slightly earlier. But even saying that, a 1-1 draw where we had half of the XG of Chelsea is a good result in my book, and it keeps us in the European places. So we'll tell them they were unlucky today, because they were. They were definitely unlucky today. We could have done better, but that's a good result for us. We've got a post-match press conference to go, and we're currently 6 unbeaten. Shown little let-up in this fantastic season, leaving notions of relegation, pardon me, a distant memory. Where does the Blackburn team go from here? Nice to be able to think of that. Sorry if I'm a bit burpy and hiccupy, guys. I had a massive curry for tea tonight, and I can still taste it. It's fantastic. Timo Werner continued his record of scoring against your team by netting. Why do you find it so hard to stop him? I'd love to have him on my team, not least because he wouldn't be scoring against us. Birmingham have been the feel-good story. What have I made of them? Can we talk about Blackburn, please? Apparently not. There's no more questions. But yeah, fantastic result for us there. Look, 6 unbeaten. Let's go back to the schedule and look at that little wall of green and yellow. We have not lost since the end of September, and that's our only game in November at the moment. And then we've got 2 games in December. And I'm trying to think what we're going to come back for. So we may come back for our FA Cup 3rd round tie, the start of our FA Cup journey. I know we've got an L-Line Classico just before it, and I like to make videos of those, but we've just done an L-Line Classico. So we'll probably skip this one. Come back for our FA Cup 3rd round, and then we'll be back again almost certainly after that for our quarter-final of the Carabao Cup against Chelsea, which is at Stamford Bridge this time, though. But fantastic start to the season. We've lost 1, 2, 3 games this season. Drawn 1, 2, 3. So lost 3, drawn 3, won the rest. Fantastic start to the season. And let's have a look at the table there. We currently sit in 6th after 13 games. Wolves have played a game more than us, and they're only a point behind us. Leeds have played a game more than us, and they're 3 points behind us. We're starting to secure our place in the upper half of the top half here. Hopefully with a few more good results, we'll definitely be able to do that. But as always, guys, as I said at the beginning, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you want to be notified when new videos go out. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and chat with us in the comments down below, or in at the Twitter account that's linked in the description as well. And as always, I've been Deej. You guys have been incredible, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.